Thanks, Hugo. Afternoon, everyone. I doubt the visit of many other teams stiffen the sinews quite as much as knowing that champions are in town. New faces aside, I'm not sure many of us are being lulled into the idea that a Chiefs side under Rob Baxter won't be fired up by the visit of Mark McCall's Saracens. Is there ever a good time to play the six-time title winners? Well, plenty around these parts think it could well be a day like today. Let's see who's been handed that task then. Having successfully stepped into the Cup semi-finals last week, Rob Baxter's largely kept faith with those who beat Bath 7 days ago for this Gallagher Premiership opener. In the pack, former Saints man Aaron Painter and ex-Ospreys flanker Ethan Roots both make their league debuts, while club stalwart Jack Yendall captains the side from hooker. Scrum half Tom Cairns kicked off the Cup season with 2 tries against Bristol, so he'll be keen to give the side plenty of zip alongside Harvey Skinner. And in the centre, Henry Slades alongside Hendrickson, with Hawkins out with a thigh strain. In the back three, 8 tries to their name already ahead of the league starting. Tom Wyatt and Josh Hodge in fine and flying form. For Saracens, while they may have plenty away on international duty, there are still lots of sharp instruments to help Mark McCall unpick this Chiefs defence. Not least, 2 Rugby World Cup returnees, an Italian prop Marco Riccioni and the hugely impressive Theo McFarland, who comes straight back from Samoa duty and into that Saracens back row. The 2 Toms, West and Willis, make their league debuts in Sarries colours. Alex Kozowski captaining the side in the Gallagher Premiership for the first time alongside Ollie Hartley in the centre, with Alex Good at fly half. And the pacemen in Lewington, Shegan and former London Irishman Tom Parton are all ready to start their engines. So Jackson, who's catching your eye in terms of that forwards battle?
I think every time you come down to Sandy Park, it's a physical battle, and I look across both back rows today, and it's going to be a massive area where that's set. Particularly, both eights. Tom Willis is coming in at Saracens and Fissy Lau, so excited.
I'm going to go for the obvious one at 13. I'm going for Henry Slade and Alex Kozowski. Both real good quality operators, key decision makers in defence. They're the eyes and the ears of their 10s, but their job isn't just defence, it's about releasing these really exciting back 3 players that both Saracens and Exeter possess.
Well, the stage duly set. We have seen the sky is clear. We certainly had a bit of a dousing of moisture this morning, which might make it a little slippy underfoot, but into the inner sanctum as the teams get ready to come out and join us. Alex Kozowski, who was proudly the captain of the Saracens side for the first time during that Premiership Rugby Cup campaign against Gloucester, playing 4 out of 5 of the matches and been looking very good in pre-season. Here come the visitors then. There's that man, been ripping it up across the channel in France during that Rugby World Cup. Can he bring that international form into club form? Speak to any of his international colleagues who are away, the likes of Jamie George and co. I think he's just one of the best players in the world. And what a man for Mark McCall to be able to call on. Gallagher Premiership has had 4 different champions in the last 4 years. One side talking about fresh chapters and new beginnings. Their opponents, well, with a title to defend. Jack Yendall, it's his 209th Gallagher Premiership game. He's overtaking Ben Moon's record, entering a 12th season. Remarkable club man. And here come the Chiefs. Rob Baxter watching on. He said the challenge is for the senior guys to train like the younger men. They don't want the experience to dampen down the energy and the vibrancy. They will want a good start. Now, of course, with things going on in other parts of the world, Premiership Rugby I'd like to remember the innocent victims of the escalating crisis in Israel and Gaza. We all, of course, hope for peace and an end to the violence. Thoughts with everybody affected through what is going on. Right then, a small matter of a season opener at Sandy Park to get our teeth into. Referee for this one is Anthony Woodthorpe. Will be assisted by Joe James and Jamie Leahy. 21st Gallagher Premiership match in charge for Anthony Woodthorpe. Lewis Pearson, perhaps the last bit of the sticky stuff.
Okay.
And it's Harvey Skinner. Started a dozen of the Gallagher Premiership games last season. A 300th Premiership game for Exeter Chiefs. And the first error of the match already.
Yeah, one of the hardest skills in rugby, that, I think, the kick-offs, but no, Nick will be disappointed with that.
I like that from the Chiefs, though. Just keeping Saracens waiting before they come out. Then they had a little huddle before the kick-off, just trying to create the atmosphere here, because it's a massive crowd, and they'll need to use that today.
Stay connected.
Reporter Jackson Ray and Tom Shanklin with us in commentary. Just the perfect position in the sunshine. Saturday lunchtime for Exeter Chiefs to get ready to strike. In the backfield, Josh Hodge is just on his tiptoes, keeping the energy going. Oh, free kick goes the way of Saracens. Well, just as it looks like one team is setting up,
Control on the shot.
the advantage ends up going the other way.
I was ashamed for Exeter that, because Saracens had to put two men on the blind side. You had two players behind the scrum. Just give possession away.
A little bit loose in the backfield, but it is going to be a chance with some loose ball for Josh Hodge to show the sort of form he's been showing already, stepping through the tackles and getting over the halfway line. And another chance to strike down here, and Skinner's getting right through. Little offload out the right hand, and Manny Fave with both sides. It's a dream start for the Chiefs.
Yeah, Saracens will be disappointed there with that kick chase. Pride themselves on that, and disjointed on the way out there and got caught in midfield. You want to be a lot more connected in that on the way up, and obviously a good side can hurt you.
Yeah, well, Saracens opted to kick the ball, kept it in field, but Josh Hodge does so well here to evade tacklers. Then it's the outside break, ball in the right hand. That is a wonderful pace. Great support play on the wing.
Yeah, it's a great bit of skill out the back there.
It's really good. You know what you're going to do as well. You know if you keep it in the right hand and a player comes, sucks in, you're going to be able to offload.
Got a try against Jersey in the Premiership Rugby Cup last month, featured in the last 3 matches of the campaign. Former Cardiff Academy Shanks.
We'll take him back.
Decent from the tee during the Prem Cup, as you can see on screen. 14 out of 18. Slade to add the 2. He's just hooked it. Would have put your house on that, but it is the Chiefs who have the first try of the game.
It's awesome work from Harvey Skinner. Really good pace. But you just know that's something you practice. That's not something that just comes out the locker. You work on that in training.
Alex Good sent a bit of a wobbler, but there was certainly a groan from the far side as the Exeter Chiefs fans wanted to let Anthony Woodthorpe know that there might have been a few players in front of the ball there.
Yeah, disappointing, obviously, trying to put it right after conceding that try. First kick chase let us down, so just got to try and keep it under check a little bit and don't get too emotionally driven at this stage.
Okay, meet in the middle, please. Yes. 50-22 is on. Yes, it's 50-22 is on.
First scrum saw the Chiefs trying to engage a little too early. Had the poorest scrum success rate in the league last season, just 82% on their own feed. Ross McMillan, the man who's been brought in to try and firm things up, and he'll be pretty pleased with what he's seeing there. Penalty advantage already being played as Cairns broke away. They will have a shot here to play with this, as out the back it goes. It's a long one over the top from Skinner, and now the chip forwards. Hodge aware that he was offside, but with nothing coming from it, we will come all the way back. But that will certainly put a smile on the face of Ross McMillan.
That was absolutely huge scrum there. As you said, Nick, first scrum was a free kick against. That one was a monster scrum. Took a little bit of time for Exeter to get going, but as soon as they did, Saracens just can march back. It's a good sign, because set piece was an issue last year all the way through the season for Exeter. And this is well within range of kicking. But gone.
Skinner.
Saracens on the line, yeah. Saracens 22, please.
Sends the Chiefs up to the 22.
Line.
Yandel. Go with Ethan Roots, former Ospreys man on his Gallagher Premiership debut, striking through the middle. Here come the Chiefs again. It's Hodge, little juggle with the ball, and now he's getting into the wide outsides again. Seemed to be a little bit of a shot there from Alex Lazowski.
13.
And then it's been dropped, it's been picked up by the assistant Joe James. And it looks like the agreement immediately is penalty only.
The move was quite deep by Exeter, which allowed Saracens to get across. But just good footwork from Hodge makes him get on the outside, and then Lazowski just with a failing arm there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think having had another look at it, let's listen in.
Actions are 13.
13.
There is an initial tackle, but the catch with the arm is too high on the head, showing you now.
Okay. There's an initial tackle. We do have head contact. We do have a player who's at fault because he's upright, could be lower. He makes contact with the head direct, but then we do have the initial tackler who changes the dynamic, so I'm going for a yellow card against 13, is it?
13, yes.
Yeah.
So there we go, decision made, and it will be a yellow card for Alex Lazowski. He may well shake his head, but didn't look great on replay after replay, did it?
Yeah.
No, I think obviously got caught by change of direction late and obviously a bit lower in the tackle. Lots of be disappointed with that. Obviously tracking across, trying to make a difference, trying to make up for an error. Got it slightly wrong.
Hold the 10.
Saracens go down to 14 players then for the next 10 minutes as Lazowski heads to the sin bin. Yendel, oh, it's been won by Saracens on their own line. And it's the Italian back from the Rugby World Cup, Marco Riccioni, who will pounce on it, take the tackle and give them this platform for Alan Davis. Looking for a good clearance, and it's a really good leap from Faye Waboso. Plenty of bodies underneath it.
Daniel, so we get a picture.
Yendel just a little late around the corner for perhaps who Cairns was looking for.
If anyone asks, there's a blocker there to affect 6. Yeah,
Skinner looking to just find a bit of room for Hendrickson,
no, it's not going on there.
who will thump it up.
It's just if the guy
Slade on that outside drift, and then looking for room on the left-hand wing as Wyatt steps back. Chiefs trying to organise them in midfield as Cairns tries to come forwards. They'll decide it wasn't enough of an advantage.
Oh, that was a really good run by Vermeulen there. Cairns could have offloaded it. He could have been in, but again, all came from a great take from Faye Waboso, able to set up the attack for Exeter. Quite narrow defence, I have to say, from Saracens, especially on that back line.
Yeah, I think this advantage particularly came from not rolling away. You just cannot get yourself on that side of the ruck. It's so obvious for the referee to see that. But no, definitely, I think we're just losing that physical battle at the minute. Take the yards, give the yards. It's very difficult to move back and laterally.
The key now for Exeter is knowing where the space is. Lazowski's gone. He's got a full pack, but there will be space out there, and it's whether or not they can get the communication in and execution to find it.
Are Exeter Chiefs going to do what Exeter Chiefs do and keep it up front rather than sending it out wide? It certainly looks like it's going to be effective, and it is.
Yeah, I mean, we've obviously tried to compete there with Theo. Obviously stole the one before. You know, area will be very, very strong in this. I think Saracens are at the edge in the air, but on the floor, got to be lower, got to be more aggressive. And when you compete like that, you're susceptible to the drive.
Former Wasp man Greg Fisselau getting himself on the score sheet.
So Theo McFarlane was thrown up there to try and nick one like they did a couple of minutes ago. You just lose players then to defend it. And Exeter set themselves up brilliantly for that drive.
Time's rolling.
Yeah, it's one of those things, you go for it, you get it, you get the turnover like we saw the one before, but you do put yourself at massive risk 5 metres out, and you have to be sure.
Greg Fisselau was a key part of the England under-20s. Handy player for Alan Dickens during a couple of campaigns. Famously the son of former Plymouth and Tongan centre Kenny Fisselau, of course. But now, Henry Slade from a very similar position, and now the ball's just toppled off the tee for the second time.
You have 15 seconds, Henry.
Shot clock continues to tick. He didn't have as much time to set himself, and perhaps not as much time to think about it. Get the job done. 2 points on the board. Exeter Chiefs leading by 12 points to 0.
The big difference between the two teams at the moment is just the discipline. Saracens given away 5 penalties already, which is just allowing Exeter to get field position and possession.
Make sure they're behind, please, Alex.
Yeah, it's very difficult to control the pace of the game, dictate anything when you're giving away the penalties like that. Have to try and tighten that up.
Good. Drills it a little longer that time.
Hold in front, don't go
In
forward.
for a little bit of aerial ping pong. It's going to be the option. Up into the air it goes once more. This time, ball taken down by Wyatt outside the 22. But not looking for an awful lot more other than to continue that pressure, and Good will stick it in the air for Hodge to claim. Inside his 22 this time, can allow himself the clearance but doesn't.
Well, this is what Saracens will want, just kicking the ball long. They don't really want to go to compete because they might lose the ball, and they're a player down at the moment. Just the long kicks are just knocking down the clock.
Don't go forward.
That time it's Skinner.
It's a game of chess. It's a game of chess until someone gives up, gets tired of it.
Or a hole appears, but it's kicked down the middle to try and split the Saracens back three that time, but with Good marshalling the backfield and Lewington there as well, it will just find the Saracens fly half.
That's a good outcome. Obviously, look, not everyone wants to see that all the time, but we train that. You have to be willing to stay in those battles. Don't look for the easy out. Stay in the fight, and you get opportunities in their half now.
Chiefs go quickly at the front, and it might just open up. Lovely footwork from Cairns, and then the ball back inside. Russ Tuima. The Chiefs just arriving on the shoulder just in time to keep the momentum going as Skinner goes. Hendrickson floats it over the top. Hodge joining once more. Wyatt out on the left. He's just got to straighten his line. 3 metres out, Exeter Chiefs once more. It's been all the home side. 12 minutes on the clock. Is it a third try on the board? Vermeulen's gone over. Well, certainly he was among them.
Just tell me what the restart is to try. Or go on drop out, please.
Okay, understood.
Scotty Seo, the man.
This is where it came from. A little bit fortunate because the ball goes on the ground, but Cairns picks it up It's a huge hole opens up, but this is what we're used to seeing with Exeter, the offloading game, keeping the ball alive. Really good carry, offload, but it's the speed of ball which is really hurting Saracens here.
Bear with us, Woodard.
And it's knowing where the space is. It was 2 good passes and some really good work down the left wing by Wyatt.
Yeah, you got that down there. I mean, obviously, you go back to the line now. Those broken field situations are so difficult. You know, the bouncing ball, bit of a mistake, little opportunity there for Cairns to go through, and on the back foot. When you're on the back foot against this side, difficult.
Well, it's the man on his Gallagher Premiership debut, Ethan Roots, New Zealander, signed from the Ospreys in getting the ball down. And this is not what many expected to be happening in this game, Tom Shanklin.
No, you thought, if anything, Saracens would probably come out just as strong, but 3 tries down already. At the moment, they just can't get any ball in Exeter's half. And they've also got 2.5 minutes left on the clock until Alex Lazowski comes back.
Yeah, coming down to Sandy Park, doesn't matter when in the season or who's here, it's always difficult. It's always been the same, and I think difficult start like this, but plenty of time on the clock. There's a lot of leaders out there that will be able to get the boys in and get us on the right track.
That one certainly went high into the air, but it's just come off the right hand upright, the wrong side of the crossbar. But what about that break from Cairns to set it up?
He's been a live wire. Him and Josh Hodge, so far for Exeter, have been the players to watch. Just about picks it up cleanly, Ethan Roots. But what a good signing he'll be for Exeter. Watch him loads at the Ospreys. Really good carrier, strong in defence. Exactly what Exeter need with the players they're missing.
When he was playing at the Ospreys, he chose the URC over the UFC, the former jiu-jitsu champion who trialled for the World Championships. He's also at the Crusaders under one Scott Robinson, so that's what he's up to.
You have to say it's been a brilliant start from Exeter. I mean, obviously Stephen was talking about the players that are here and the players that are left. It's been an incredible start.
I might have said Robinson, not Robertson. I think one of those is a neighbour's character. Right. It's Saracens. They have not had a huge amount of ball to speak of. Option has been to clear it away, and as good as waiting, but it's not likely to reach him as Davis looks for the box kick. It's good again from Skinner and Yendel.
And use it! 9, let's go!
Woodthorpe trying to give Cairns the hurry up. Half a minute left until Saracens can get up to the full complement.
Get up! Get up!
Exeter Chiefs cruising at over a point a minute at the minute.
Thank you. Let's go! 9!
Anything but quick ball for Saracens at the minute. Now the ball's down. Oh, lovely footwork. Hodge once small. Plenty ready for that ball to go straight up in the air, and the chase is on. Oh, and it's beautiful work. Scampering away. Hendrickson will get try number 4. The bonus point secure inside 17 minutes at Sandy Park.
Yeah, and disappointing. I think the initial kick chase by Rothstein was very good. And then this little one out the back there, just a bit too deep in the backfield, expecting a long one. And just gave space for Slade there. He's obviously unbelievable with that.
At the moment, Exeter just able to step out of the tackles at every kick Saracens deliver, which allows them to get an extra 10 metres further down the line and gets Exeter on the front foot. Then it's about just recognising where the space is. That kick is beautiful, absolutely perfect, which allows Henry Slade onto it, and then Hendrickson with the gas as well at 12 to finish off in the corner. This is a huge start for Exeter.
Sensing as well as part of it's about clarity of thought. They were already there. Everybody knew what was coming. Everyone was out of the blocks.
It's communication. It's what we talked about. That's why 13s like Henry Slade's are so important, because they're the eyes for the 10 and the 9. They deliver the information in where the space is, and then it's about getting the kick absolutely spot on, and it was.
Slade. Well, the groan tells you that that is another one that's gone by. I mean, it could be 28 if Henry Slade had brought the kicking boots.
Look at that kick, though. Ezekwe can get nowhere near Henry Slade because he's just too fast. But if that kick has to bounce, it could go anywhere. It is absolutely perfect from Tom Kearns.
Right up into the sunshine.
Let's go, 9.
Kearns was the one.
9.
Ready to send us into the skies again. There for Tom Parton, former London Irish man, twisting into the tackles.
In terms of control of this game, I think obviously Saracens have been incredibly disappointed so far, and not in any aspect. Penalty count, set piece, defence, kicking game, it lacks control in all areas.
Toby Knight putting his body right on the line. There for Davis again. Now the Jimmy. Part of the caterpillar. Another difficult one to take, but super well dealt with. A few Saracens players jumping out of the line there.
He's hooking the ball.
Tom Willis making suitable nuisance of himself. Now the ball a little bit loose, but it has come forwards off a Saracens' hand, so the off at Exeter Chiefs' hand, so Saracens will have a chance to play. Offload over the top was perhaps forcing it a little bit. We'll come back for a scrum to the visitors.
He came through the middle of the breakdown when he took the ball.
Tom Hendrickson there had to make a tackle. He had to try and get in the way. He blitzed out the line, knocked the ball on with his hand. But it was an important tackle he had to make. Turnover ball, that's when teams are most dangerous.
Okay, let's build.
Saracens could have got that ball down the left-hand side. They could have been away. He's had a big start to the game.
Brought up 50 Premiership appearances last season in March. Tom Hendrickson didn't manage a huge amount of game time since.
This was a tackle. It was actually Henry Slade making the tackle.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Davis. Good. Let's just thump that into the bodies, although it was well connected with by Lazowski. Back from the naughty step, and Hodge managed to get past Toby Knight, but was then hauled down. Exeter Chiefs cavalry eventually arrives. Fissel out.
Okay, use it, Tom. Careful,
Part
careful.
of helping the protection.
7. Don't lean on him.
Cairns into the air. Parton just tracking in from the touchline. Anyone who watched last night's game will have seen Gabriele Bitoye doing that in extremis. Brilliant bit of skill. Davis away for good. Was Lazowski in front of him? Yes, he was. Hodge will take the ball as the mark.
Yeah, good job, fella.
And Hodge will in fact take it quickly and look to clear. Good is there. Kept an eye on his tippy toes as he didn't step on the whitewash, and has done nicely to grubber it through. Opts out of picking it up, in fact.
Just take that tackle for me, please. Stu.
Cairns just goes through, gets the hands free to be able to offload away to Hodge, who is helping Exeter Chiefs fans move on
No,
from the post-Stuart Hogg era.
Two lads. Just make sure you check it, please. It's not clear.
Into the air it goes once more. Oh, it's just a gift for Henry Slade. An absolute gift. My goodness me. Well, Saracens all over the place at Sandy Park. And even when they try to take their time, they will have their pocket picked by Henry Slade.
I was just about to say then, it was a first real bit of control with the team. Good controlling a bit of the field position, putting pressure on their exit. Almost what we want to try and see. And then throw that bit of a wide pass there. And fair play to Henry Slade. He chased it the full way, and he got rewarded.
It's a fifth try.
They've been absolutely blitzed, Saracens, in this first half. They cannot wait now. You'd imagine for half-time just try and reassess.
Well, things might be about to get a little bit worse for them, because Alan Davis is the man who's been observed by our TMO Stuart Terridge.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm at the screen. We haven't got any pictures.
We're going to run
Let's have a listen to this.
Real speed for you now.
Perfect. We haven't got any pictures at the moment.
So you've got 10 ball carrier running into 9.
I haven't got any pictures, Stu. Sorry, there's nothing on the screen at the moment.
So Alan Davis is upright.
Okay.
He doesn't dip.
So I've missed that.
But the mitigating factor will be
okay, so we've got head contact
Harvey Skinner
there.
going to ground, changing
so
height.
you've got ball carrier and you've got a tackler at the point of impact.
Yeah.
Clear head contact.
Yeah, so we've clearly got head contact. The player is at fault. He's upright. He could be lower. I'm not seeing him as an offensive tackler hitting forward. I think he's on his heels and defensive.
So I've got ball carrier 10
yeah.
driving forward on the angle and a side tackler.
Yeah, okay.
The man is at fault.
Yeah, so the man is at fault, I agree. So now we just look at the level of danger. For me, 9 White is on his heels. He's static. The player, he absorbs the tackle. So for me, it's not high danger. Starting at yellow, but I've got, for me, no mitigation. So I'm going to yellow card, White 9.
Agreed.
Happy.
I mean, it is a tough call for Alan Davis because he's not looking to make that tackle. He's just looking to soak it up, but he just doesn't drop his height really. He stays upright, and if you stay upright, the issue you've got is if you connect with that player's head, you are going to get a penalty, yellow card, maybe red at worst.
Time's on.
We had an injury hampered last season, just 4 starts in all for Alan Davis, and he gets Saracens' second yellow card of the match. In the meantime, Henry Slade will convert his own try.
I did find that quite a difficult one, though. I mean, obviously he's been tackled on the side there. He's falling. Where does he actually... I don't actually know where he hits him. If he hits him with his shoulder, he's hitting him on the head. It's kind of quite... It's a really difficult one to know where Alan's supposed to go there.
Okay, that's fine.
Or is he supposed to move out of the way?
I totally agree. It is difficult. But these are the cards we're seeing. These are the penalties we're seeing. Trying to mitigate between head on head. Trying to move away from that.
Good, just went for a kick that was a little shallower to allow the chase, and Theo McFarland has duly served up the goods. Now Lazowski just trying to dink that one over the top, but there might be the chance to call the mark. But advantage was already being played to Saracens. What are they going to do from this point? It's got to be more than sticks, because they're trailing 29-0, Tom Shanklin.
They are trailing 29-0, and they've got a person in the bin as well, the scrum half. But there's no point going for a kick for post. You're going to have to go to the corner.
Oh, he's gone for absolutely everything there on the wrong side now. Alex Good, he may plead his case.
He's in the best position there. Dead in goal.
Yeah, it did look close from here, to be honest. But yeah, I think just had a bit of fear Mac there. Can wait sort of 20-25 minutes to see that, and we need a lot more of that for the rest of this game.
You wait now. Exeter will be looking to run this out the 22. Scrum half down. It's really difficult to defend these sort of midfield scrums without a 9, without a genuine 9. There's space everywhere around this field. There's so much space on Exeter's right-hand side.
And there's certainly plenty of communication going up and down that Chiefs backline.
Look at all that space there. That's why Exeter have got someone around the left-hand side as well, which makes Saracens have to defend that with 2 players.
Cairns is there.
No one's going forward.
It's a much better scrum from Saracens though, but
They'll have to play. And Slade.
Wait, Ethan. Thank you.
That scrum was massive for Saracens because they didn't want Cairns going down the right-hand side. They pushed him back to the left.
Tartan fielded it well. Skinner will just watch that one bobble into touch, and that will work out relatively well for Saracens as the net gain.
Well, the tricky one there is obviously with that scrum, as a back row, you're on the side of that scrum, and you've had a tough day so far at that area. You've really got to give the weight, but you are also got to get off the number down. It's a 50-50, so we did very well there, Saracens.
Have we got a hooker? I need someone in the hooker position. I need someone where 9 would be stood.
So the Chiefs scored 5 tries against Saracens when
Hold up. I need someone where the hooker.
In December. Already inside half an hour. Ball pops up for Cairns. Skinner. Midfield dink looking for Slade to chase, and Slade might get there again. Lazowski was the one to do so. It's going to need a bit of tidying up in midfield. Referee's checking whether it went forwards or backwards out of Lazowski's hand.
Tackle now!
Happy for Sarries to continue as good deputises for Aled Davis whilst he's on the sin bin. Riccioni taking it up. Tartan coming round the corner. Adejimi waiting for it as well. Just spun along from Ollie Hartley. He will take it again and immediately be met by 2 of the Chiefs defensively.
And use it!
Very little width on the Saracens backline at all, which tells you exactly what the plan is from here.
10!
It's so difficult when you lose a 9 or 10 to the bin because someone has to fill in that role, more so with a 9.
Good managing to hold the mark.
It's a crucial period for Saracens now. Obviously, yes, down on the scoreboard, but 10 minutes to half time. You've got to really control as much as possible the pace of this. Don't want to concede again.
Clearance kick from Alex Good. We've got a chance to we'll catch up with one of the Saracens replacements. Sean Maitland is waiting to speak to us. Sean, how does going 5 tries down inside half an hour change the outlook, change the game plan?
Yeah, it's been a tough start for our boys, but we need to get points ASAP because it's going to be turning out to be a cricket score if we don't sort our stuff out ASAP.
Will the messages just be to keep to the plan here, because you don't want anybody losing their heads doing anything different in order to try and reel this scoreline in?
Yeah, exactly. You know, the 2 yellow cards probably haven't helped us, and being down to 40 men for 20 minutes of the game, but
well, it could be one more.
It doesn't help, to be honest, but yeah.
Well, thank you, Sean. Appreciate your thoughts. In the words of Maitland, that may not help. And it looks like it could be a 6th try. Josh Hodge, the man who has touched down. And Mark McCall might be just wondering what on earth is going on.
That is a lovely ball over the top. I think it's either from Slade or Skinner. They look pretty much similar. But the kick is good because the kick finds ground. We'll have to see whether there's any extra hands that touch that ball. But Josh Hodge has got in there. No, it looks good. I mean, how do you come back from this if you're Saracens? I don't think you can.
It's about, unfortunately, over the years, I've been on the end of some of these in first halves.
Yeah, it looks a fair contest.
And to be honest, about sticking, you've only got the next thing you've got coming up. That's what you've really got to focus on. It sounds like a cliche thing to say, but the next job is the most important. You have to try and get something out of this game and put a performance in which now you can carry in to the coming weeks.
Voice of Jackson Ray, who is here with us at Sandy Park. Slade nails it.
More great awareness of space from Exeter to get that ball over the top to fail Oboso. As I said, the kick is just another good attacking kick. That's troubled Saracens so far, is the Exeter attacking kicking game and finding space.
Good. Oh, a little drop from Wyatt. Just wondered if that was going to be one of those where the defence rushes up and suddenly there's a half break on again. Certainly seen plenty of them. 36-0. The Chiefs leading the Gallagher Premiership champions.
Yeah. Just a penalty, slips up, no contact in the net. 3-1.
Saracens' biggest loss was by 50 to Wasps.
I played in that
2020.
game.
I mean, it's...
Thanks for reminding me, I remember that one.
Well, I mean, this is the territory we're moving into, Jackson.
No, it's been disappointing. I think in the first 31 minutes of the game, a bit about 2 minutes of real play, which you linked to Saracens. It's been disappointing.
Of course, there's plenty to go in this game. And it's been an extraordinary 32 minutes already. Yendl, straight down by Roots. Fissel out, ready to thump it up in midfield, was met by Tom Willis, amongst others, as his welcome party. Skinner, long one over the top. Faye Waboso looking to try and find some room this time.
He should have done the same, chipped ahead, the space was there.
Ross Tuima. Cairns, just perhaps demonstrating to the referee. But there were players on the wrong side, like Callum Hunter-Hill, and he gets the penalty reward.
There's been some brilliant balls to get outside of Saracens' defence. Yeah, I know they're 40 men at the moment, but the pass has been so crisp, whether it's been Slade or whether it's been Skinner. It's been really, really accurate.
Yeah, they've identified space very well, and I think obviously from a Saracens point of view, when you're losing the physical contact, you're going backwards and trying to get your spacing at the same time. It's incredibly difficult.
When you lose a contact, you lose the first contact, you've got no line speed.
Oh, Henry Slade, a big omission from that England squad. He's been keeping himself busy. 3 Premiership Rugby Cup appearances alongside new recruit Big Joe Hawkins. He's helping so much tick for the Chiefs. And some of the newer faces, Sandy Park faithful, are doing their best to get behind this as well and continue to drive it to the line.
Got to stay in front of it here. Done very well so far.
Ball's gone to ground.
Yeah, very good defence. You see Exeter there were very low actually. You do very well to get lower than them there, but you stayed in it around the edges. What you don't want to do is try and find a solution. You have to stay in front of it as much as possible, keep as many bodies around it as it starts to move, and that's a really good outcome.
And by staying in front of it, you ultimately mean to not take it to ground illegally and concede that penalty?
No, absolutely not. No, you've got to fight, stay up, fight, stay in front of it, and keep the weight through the centre.
Callum Hunter-Hill just getting a bit of treatment. No Hugh Tizard, who came back from injury against Nottingham, but he's had a bit of a setback.
Saracens can relieve pressure now and get the ball into touch, across their 22. That's a big win for them. And they're going to have to use as many positives as they can, because there hasn't been too many in the first half. And as difficult as it is, you just have to try and forget about it. The good teams are the ones who can go into half-time, forget about it, restart again at half-time. But I just wonder, Jackson, 36 points, is it doable?
Well, I think at this point, I think you take that out of the equation. I think what you really need to do now in that change room in a few minutes' time is to what sort of team do we want to be in the second half. There's 2 options here. There's one option is you roll over and get done by 60, or you actually put it out there and you stick together and you show some real fight at this first start of the season. I've no doubt that they'll go in at half-time and they'll be picking that option.
Davis back from the sin bin, and it will be the pick at the back from Tom Willis. Players offering themselves. Puccioni, one of them. McFarland helping give Davis
Thank you.
just that little half metres room for the scrum half to make the clearance. But it will be another Exeter Chiefs line out.
Like Saracens aerially now, got to get after it. They've got 3 incredible jumpers in that line out. They've got to get after
The
it.
mark is inside the 22, so if you turn over, it's inside. Side in the middle, don't creep.
Yendel kept hold of, Thistle out with the break. In the middle through Hendrickson, then Skinner onto Hodge. Hodge managing to slip the shackles once more. Hodge, surely he won't get it himself. Oh, he will! Josh Hodge getting his second, and Saracens are just being blown away.
That is the best try for me of the half so far. Absolutely perfect with that. The throw from Yandel, brilliant. Then it's about 2 passes. That's the ball from Hendricks, which gets him on the outside. And he thought Shagan did enough. He had to move out, blitzed in, moved out, did okay. But then Josh Hodge, the step inside, the acceleration, and then the strength to dot the ball down in the corner, straight off the training park. Excellent accuracy and a superb finish.
The Saracens are disappointed there. Obviously, Rotti, yes, can get done like that one-on-one, but then after that, it's a case of really, with the guys behind there, got to do better. They'll be disappointed. But don't get me wrong, great finish.
A look from Hodge to the fans there, as if to say, are you not entertained? Slade to drill it from the touchline. Not quite. 41 points on the board, 2 tries for Josh Hodge, and Exeter Chiefs rampant.
It's the width of the path to Tom Hendrickson, which really allows Exeter to get on the outside. Then it's a couple of decoys, but Josh Hodge has just been electric this first half.
Kick receipt from Ethan Roots. Continued to drive up with his mates behind him. Couldn't quite get it to ground cleanly, so Saracens will have possession. With a couple of minutes on the clock until half-time. Got to try and build something from this.
Yeah, absolutely. I think set piece in this area. We've got to show some fight. Last 2 minutes of the half, a solid scrum, and then hopefully have a crack here. We've got 2 minutes to try and get something before the end of the half.
Thanks, sir.
Let's go, Scotty. Let's go, Scotty.
Ollie Hartley up the middle here is a very strong carrier. Very young, not experienced, but I expect him to take this up.
Stay high!
Yeah, 21 years of age. Davis will want to get this away with the help of Willis. Timi Shegan was well caught. Adejimi takes it into contact, still stays on his feet as Roots tries to bring him down. Good trying to marshal the back line, but the ball's not going to find them just yet. Chiefs defence holding up to begin with. Good. Then finding McFarland, gets the offload away. And it was there for Hartley, but Lazowski wasn't able to get the release away. Hartley doing well to stay on his feet.
So it's off the head, then played by a player in front, so it's a penalty.
So there was an offside.
Offside, playing the ball, offside.
It was important head, though,
come off white,
by Josh
by a man
Hodge.
in front.
There's a couple of times there's been some really good spot blitzing by Exeter just to stop Saracens from getting out on the outside. They need to come away with something now. The last 30 seconds of the game.
That blitz D that can get you in trouble if the attack is in a better position. At the minute, a bit too flat to the line, and they are putting a lot of pressure on Saracens when they come off the line like that.
Can Saracens build anything onto the scoreboard before half-time. Davis wanted it for Hartley. Calls of same way.
Yeah, ball's out long time.
Farland drives through. Adajimi offering himself, but got a little flat.
That's his own
Zikwe, another one of those ready to fire.
The ball's so slow for Saracens at the moment. They've been able to gang tackle backwards.
Good thinks he might have seen it on the short side as Hartley fires it away. Can Shegan find the room to get through? Defence manages to close just in time. Toby Knight was the dummy runner. Chiefs might get over that for a moment, but it's still with Saracens. How desperately they want this score before half-time. Knight. Ezekwe's there. None of this is going to change Mark McCall's half-time team talk, but psychologically, as Saracens get the penalty advantage, it's Tom Willis who's repelled. Still playing under this penalty advantage. Adajimi still going. McFarland right behind him. Can they release here? Parton nearly got away. Davis, slightly quicker ball this time. Then for Good, puts it on the toe. Can Shegan receive it? He's not able to finish initially. Back in field for Hunter Hill. Chiefs think they've got control back, but of course it was all under penalty advantage.
Got to go to the corner, obviously. I mean, look, it's when the ball sped up a little bit there, when it was slow, it's very easy for Exeter to defend. Obviously, they're big, they're heavy, strong. You have to move the point of contact. Did it a couple of times there, and we got some reward.
Alex Good managed to flash back down the right-hand side where the space was.
Just a bit of treatment required for Aaron Painter, making his league debut, having joined from Northampton Saints. Our clock into the red, of course, with a penalty. We will play from the restart.
So the last time we had a set piece in this area, went up the top, a bit of a dummy play. I expect this time for us to have a go and test this Exeter pack for the first time in this area.
Saracens phase play, entering the 5-metre channel, has been almost non-existent in this first 40 minutes. And the line-out spoiled. Exeter Chiefs have it and do well to bring it out through routes. Skinner, well, he clears it into touch as if he's a man ending a game. He's ending the first 40 minutes, but the scoreboard could kid you into thinking it's otherwise. 2 tries for Josh Hodge, but do not adjust your sets because it's 7 tries overall for Exeter Chiefs. Send out a search party for Saracens because they have certainly got themselves lost in Devon in that first half. What can they do to come back? We will be fascinated to find out. Half-time at Sandy Park in the Gallagher Premiership. It's Exeter Chiefs 41, the champions Saracens 0. Thank you, Hugo. Well, there is Mark McCall. What will those words have been? Exeter Chiefs come back out for the second half. And I imagine the half-time refreshments from those at Sandy Park will have just tasted that little bit sweeter in the Devon sunshine. After what they've seen from their side, Tom Shanklin, 48 appearances for Saracens, former captain Jackson Ray, 309 appearances for Saracens, alongside us. And it looks like Manu Vunipola is the man brought on. Well, Tom Parton has a head knock.
not a bad decision. They need to change things up, but you just feel Saracens have to score first in the second half. They've got a chance of winning the second half, but also, could they win the game?
No, I don't think we'll be thinking about winning the game at this stage. I think it's ultimately about the first 10 minutes. I mean, look, we've got to see a lot more from Saracens. Been incredibly one-sided in all areas, I think we'll be completely honest.
Hendrickson just stepping back
More.
and into the Saracens' defence. The Saracens are without many of their international stars.
Well done. Good job.
They've got a bit of a job to do later on this afternoon, tomorrow afternoon, I should say.
Never coming out.
The Rugby World Cup. Jackson, what you seen?
Well, first minute there, you know, the guys have actually gone for the attacker.
It's your ball, so you
Nick Ezekwe there, getting in there, holding them up, showing something a bit more than what we saw in the whole of the first half.
Nick Ezekwe, one of those who was in that Rugby World Cup squad.
Okay, right.
Featured, of course,
We haven't had a problem.
against Ireland
You
in the
come
Guinness
first,
Six
it's your
Nations.
ball, so you start there. Stay to the left. There we go. Right, let's not move now.
Sandy Park just waiting to resettle. Everyone comes back to their seats for this second half.
Crouch!
Saracens will be hoping they can unsettle the home side.
Set!
Davis, big shove from the home side. Tom Willis will do his best to spare the Saracens blushes. Younger brother to Jack, whose Rugby World Cup, of course, unfortunately cut short due to injury. Manu Vunipola, 23 years of age, gets the ball, fields it on to McFarland, who kept it alive for Ezekwe, and now Lazowski over the top for Shegan, who is stepping back this time. It's there again for Willis, released out the back, but it's loose and on the floor. And is there a chance for Tom Cairn to get onto it? Ping-ponging all over the floor.
Second.
Tom Shanklin.
First one on the floor, on the floor.
You can see the effect of having a good scrum. You know, Exeter managed to put a really good scrum against Saracens there, which had a knock-on effect, which means Tom Willis had to pick the ball up into heavy traffic, which then meant Saracens couldn't get on the front foot. And they went wide, but the ball was over the top, which allowed Exeter to drift across. But Saracens' gain line efficiency isn't good.
Now we get spooked by the line speed. I mean, you can see it. They're coming up so hard on the outside that when Manu gets the ball, he's just looking across and seeing bodies. We've got to be a lot deeper. We've got to be able to play around it or over the top of it. But at the minute, we're just feeding. Saracens just feeding Exeter.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Davis. Vunipola. Floated again from Lazowski. And the little step inside, but the call has come that the pass from Lazowski was forward. Now, there are other games taking place in the Gallagher Premiership today. And we're going to get a chance to see a try from Bath. Ben Spencer, the man on the end of this one. Certainly took a bit of work from Big Joe to get onto it. But the action underway at the Rec at 2 o'clock. Bath onto the board. 16-15 though, Newcastle Falcons leading there. I've just seen a couple more changes being made. Ralph Adams-Hale coming onto the field. Andy Christie, another one of those into the fray.
Crouch! Bind! Too much. Tired.
Gloucester against Harlequins,
Overextended, falling forward.
the other Gallagher Premiership match taking place today.
Andy's been out for a little while now. I know he's absolutely buzzing to be back. Looking forward to seeing him come on now and add a bit of pace and aggression to this game.
Jackson Ray talking about Andy Christie, who's onto the field as Ezekwe tries to give Saracens the go forward. McFarland off Vunipola.
Tackle, let it go! Let it go!
Exeter Chiefs ensuring that it's slow ball for Sarries again. Good. They're still looking for this Long pass on the wide right. Oh, and it's turnover born as well. Yendall dummies initially and goes into contact. Tom Willis wanted to have another go at the ball now. Little chip over. Slade chasing again. Ball will beat everybody. It will be Andy Christie who looks to try and send Saracens away on the left side, and it's Lewington. Barely had his hands on the ball in the first half, but could this be Saracens opening their account? Oh, they are over the line. It is going to be the try. Hartley gets the score. Well, how important that the first points of the second half go to the visitors. And Ollie Hartley with 2 tries in the last 3 against Hartpury and Nottingham.
Yes, mate, understood.
Opens his Gallagher Premiership account for the season.
That was a huge hit.
Yeah, that's fine. No, that's fine.
Huge hit from Tom Wyatt. They chipped it over the top, which has worked so many times, but goes over Henry Slade's head.
This please. So we got a lift.
Yeah, we're going to look at it, yeah.
Okay.
Good 2-on-1.
So we just run the try at the moment while we get the pictures for you.
That's fine.
But we're not quite sure. The ref's going to have a look at something.
So
it's a tackle on 14.
Yeah, so we got a lift tackle.
Lift tackle.
On 14, the legs go above the horizontal, so we're just looking at landing point.
Okay, so the try will be good.
Side. So
just
for me,
checking the tip tackle.
More.
Agreed.
11 black, yeah.
11 black.
So it is going to be a yellow
tip
card.
Tackle, yellow card.
Tom Wyatt will be heading to the sin bin.
Good spot there from the TMO. You can see his elbow coming up high.
Good job, Stick.
Over the horizontal. But that's what Saracens needed, Jackson. Something to shout about.
Yeah, I've been waiting for a little while for that, but we'll see if it sparks Saracens to life now. Obviously, still a long way to go in this game. Whether win the game, it's difficult from here. But as I say, it's about now how they build on for next week potentially.
And the nature, of course, Gallagher Premiership points for 4 tries. They've still got a mountain to climb, but Saracens have got 1 try on the board at least if they're going to be going in search of any points.
Those attacking kicks from Exeter worked so well in the first half. Nearly retrieved every single kick that went over the top. This time, the chip over just left Exeter exposed. And good wheels from Ollie Hartley.
Knock on.
Ball knocked on from the restart from Exeter Chiefs.
14 gets his hands to the ball.
A couple of changes on for the home side as well. Billy Keast and Yosefa Scott.
That's fine. No, that's right. No worries.
Prop changes.
We've got new personnel now, so it's okay. Let's go.
Just a quick note on Ralph Adams-Hale. I know he's been out for a long time. He's got his first game back last week. Great to see him out there. He's been through it. He had a terrible injury a couple of years ago. And I'm really looking forward to seeing him trying to get back going now.
Yeah, he had a run of a couple, didn't he? Which has kept him out. Season bow off the bench last week against Hartpury. Davis. It's another good shove from the Exeter Chiefs scrum, but referee Anthony Woodthorpe is not being drawn into the penalty, and you can hear what the Sandy Park faithful think of that.
Can't scrummage along the floor like that.
It's been huge for Exeter all game. Something they struggled with last year, but Ross McMillan has come in to try and help that Exeter scrum.
That's fine. First action was to floor first. Okay.
Yeah, 91% success on their own put in during the Premiership Rugby Cup, which is a marked improvement on just the 82 they were getting as an average across the league last season.
Crouch. Bind.
Saracens will have to
set. Stay high. Stay high.
Stay in this one again. It goes down on the near side, and it is going to be a penalty to Saracens.
Elbow.
Yeah, we've got Marco's incredibly experienced. Yeah, obviously, yes, the first half didn't go Saracens' way at the scrum, but he's unbelievably experienced. He'll probably be able to navigate that. And as Exeter start to tire, this is a big thing now, apart from this game. Let's start to tire. See how it goes now.
Take the line.
In from Adajimi. Another big thump up the middle from Ollie Hartley, the Saracens try scorer. Chip through the middle, the sort that's worked for Exeter Chiefs in attack. That time it's Hendrickson having to do the defensive work, which he does. Fisselau. Quick pick from Ross Chuima. Sister Lange, a red rose, of course. Skinner. A little bit more depth, and Hodge. This is the sort of room that Faye Waboso enjoys running into. Great meterage. And now, where can they go from here? Vermeulen flings it infield. Fisselau uses a bit of the footwork, but knows better than to offload as Saracens come around the corner. Vermeulen once more. Be very pleased to be playing the first few rounds of the season after some issues with his passport this time last year. Jacques Vermeulen.
See what comes.
Back in it comes. Chiefs look to keep it alive with Josefa Scott in his third season with the club. Then Yendel. Quicker ball this time. Cairns asking the questions himself. Cased the little pop pass. Vermeulen was there as well, as is Tuima again. Tomahawk chop rings around, but they had the penalty advantage.
This is really clever attack from Exeter, because what they're doing is they're identifying two Saracens forwards out in that back line. Then you get the ball in Josh Hodge's hands. That's exactly what he wants, to try and go on the outside. And it's down the right-hand side with Feo Waboso. And that's what gives Exeter the field possession and the territory. But it's knowing when to attack, it's knowing when to flash back. It's about looking up in front of you. And it's exactly what you want. You want your best attackers, one of the slower players.
Henry Slade pops this into the corner. And we see Saracens changing at hooker.
To be fair, I'm not sure many forwards or many backs would have caught him there. He looked pretty sharp down the side there.
Okay, time on. He's going off around the back.
James Hadfield comes into the action for Saracens, but it's Exeter Chiefs who are in the position to try and get the catch and drive loaded once more. Fisselau is there, being driven towards the line. Over the line, is the ball down? Not sure there's going to be too much visible there for the referee.
We haven't got a grounding, so we'll just check, see the restart, try for a try or a goal line drop out. Stu, check in if you got a grounding, please.
Oh, it's understood. Going to go back to the line out first, work our way through.
So nothing seen on field by the officials.
Good take at the front. And that's just a bit about composure. It does splinter, but really good leg drive from Exeter. It's one thing they're good at, is post-contact meters.
Got no visibility of the ball yet.
Loads of bodies.
Now, have we got some visibility of the ball in there at all?
Very difficult to see anything in there, to be honest.
So that's the best angle. There's no clear grounding, so carried over.
So carried over, goal line drop out.
Stuart Terridge confirming we've got very little to add to proceedings for Anthony Woodthorpe. So decision will be no try.
Yeah. It's all to do with what Anthony Woodthorpe asks the TMO.
3 and 11 change.
If there's any reason why I cannot award the try, that probably would have been a try, but he didn't see any grounding, so I had to prove it was a try. And by those pictures, we couldn't see.
Goal line dropout time then for Saracens. It's with Alex Good, 18th Premiership season, 255th Premiership appearance today.
Yes, mate.
At the moment,
yeah, that's fine.
Might not be one that he's too keen to remember too much, but he does move to the 7th position on the all-time list. Take from Lewis Pearson. To midfield it goes again, Yosefa Scott. Cairns. It's right up in the face of Billy Keast to take. Slade. Oh, and he's thrown that one away. Straight to a Saracens hand. He was the beneficiary of pouncing in the first half, but he's given that one away.
They needed to go right early. It's only Yandel out on the right-hand side.
Maitland, who's onto the field, has managed to get that into the hands of Rotimi Shegan. Perhaps Aled Davis needed to be in a slightly wider channel there. And the Chiefs will look to continue playing. It's Hendrickson, ripped away from Vunipola. But the ball had already gone forwards. You've got a chance then to speak to the Exeter Chiefs Director of Rugby, Rob Baxter. Rob, thank you for making some time for us. I imagine you couldn't believe the scoreline as you walked in at half-time. Fresher faces, it's looking as experienced as ever.
I mean, obviously, no. I mean, we've got to be fair to the players, they got a lot right in there, and their overall intensity and just the quality of crispness of a lot of the play and the way we got momentum in the game. So that was great. Like I say, our individual intensity was exactly where it needed to be. That often decides games more than anything else, and I think we've got that right. We've had probably a bit of a frustrating start to the second half where we probably haven't been as decisive as we were in the first half. So right from the kick-off, we kind of didn't do much until we got held up, and then even then on a turnover, you know, there's backfield space, just get the ball there. You know, that we were very decisive in those things in first half. You can understand why it drops away because the scoreline's changed and the pressure situation changes and those kind of challenges change. But we can just sharpen up a little bit and make the second half a little bit easier for ourselves, I think.
All right, we will see how your charges get on. Rob, thanks very much for your time. It is going to be Josh Hodge who's breaking through again. Continuing to go, Josh Hodge! Hodge for the hat-trick! Sensational from Josh Hodge at Sandy Park.
Josh Hodge on fire. Absolutely brilliant individual try. Another well-worked try from Exeter, but watch the ball that Tom Cairns gives it really late, which allows Exeter to go on the outside. Comes behind, delayed the pass really well. Then it's nice from Skinner. And the pace added by Hodge is just extreme.
Yeah, if you go back to the scrum, you know, you see Ollie Harley gets sat down.
Josh, a hat-trick for you. Walk with me. What's that been like?
It's been good fun. I mean, the boys were out there having fun, smiles on faces. That's what we wanted to do.
Absolutely. Well, keep it up. We'll let you get back. Cheers.
Well, he's got 6 tries in 4 games. Jenny Drummond grabbing a quick word with the hat-trick hero. And now Henry Slade to sweeten the scoreline even more, which he does.
Yeah, you saw on that scrum, Ollie Harley gets sat down by that ball, and then Lozowski's in so much trouble. He's got space inside, outside, and then when Hodge is in this much space, and you look at him go, he's electric.
It's frightening pace. It's frightening pace from Josh Hodge. You know, he attacked 2 Saracens forwards, went around the outside. This time he attacked the whole back line, scored a try.
Well, there may be some of you who are playing the Premiership Rugby fantasy game. I dare say, if you've selected Josh Hodge, you've got quite a broad smile on your face. Harvey Skinner. Man, taking that one down.
I'm happy with the timing by 13.
It was a big old shot as well as ball just came away from Tom Cairns, from Lozowski.
But he kicks it through the right.
Referee sounded happy with the challenge.
Wait, yeah, hold on.
He felt it as well, Tom Cairns. He's down.
Okay, there's your mark.
Took the wind out of him completely. It's a big hit from Lozowski.
Okay, time off. Yeah, I understand.
Tom Cairns is just getting...
If the TMO thinks it's otherwise, he'll come in.
Having his ribs counted, I imagine. Gallagher
shot.
Premiership debut was
Still
against Saracens on New Year's Eve, the Exeter-born man. Kicked off that Premiership Rugby Cup campaign last month with a couple of tries here against Bristol. He has been giving them the pace that they want. So we're seeing a few of the Exeter Chiefs players who have not had Gallagher Premiership Rugby experience before. Ben Hammersley, the 20-year-old, is onto the field and replacing Manife Waboso, first try scorer in this match. Chiefs are building into the 22 again. Saracens' challenge now is to have the resolve to stay in this game.
Strip back first.
Strip back. As Ross Vincent is another one of those making his Gallagher Premiership debut. South African-born Italian who spent some time at Zebre. Just coming around the corner there in the blue scrum cap, but Cairns is having another little look down the short side. Five-metre line again for Exeter Chiefs. Yendel still working hard. More low driving replacements putting themselves into it. Tuima going for the line, and he's got there.
Relentless from Exeter. They could have easily gone in at half-time and switched off. The game was basically won already, but no, they just keep going, they keep plugging away. Big carry here from Tuima.
Yeah, this is where Exeter of old have been so strong. You're seeing it there. I mean, they marched just inside the 22 to the try line incredibly easily. We know they've picked a big pack. I mean, just looking at them there, there's some absolute units out there. And they're always going to be strong, but you cannot let them in that zone.
2 tries in his previous 7 Gallagher Premiership appearances. It's his 8th appearance in the league, and he's got Exeter Chiefs' 8th try of the afternoon. Tom Cairns is well applauded. Really, really solid shift. Slade will have to let that one go. It's not been his best afternoon from the team. They were the most successful team in that area last season, around 83%, and that's certainly not going to be the level of stats that Henry Slade is hitting this afternoon, as Jack Yendel's another one who makes way. Max Norrie onto the field, and Niall Armstrong, replacement scrum half, makes his Gallagher Premiership debut, having played 3 of those Prem Rugby Cup matches. Vunipola, good. Played it away as quick as he could. Well kept alive by Andy Christie for McFarland. Christie. The hunger from the Chiefs at this point, with 53 points on the board. It's just remarkable, isn't it?
Yeah, I think ultimately the lack of real control we've had, or Saracens have had in this game. I keep saying we. Apologies. It's been about 2-3 months since I retired. I still find it a bit odd. But Saracens' lack of control in pretty much the majority of this game has been incredibly disappointing.
We'll let you off the wheeze, Jackson Ray. Don't you worry.
Hold on.
Takes a little bit of time. Ball picked off the top from Armstrong. Kept alive nicely off the floor. Came through the Exeter Bucks uni side.
Let's go.
24 years of age, Armstrong. On the score sheet against London Scottish in the Prem Rugby Cup.
Knock on.
That was competition from Hammersley.
Knock on.
That's for the Saracens forwards. None of the big boys like your McFarlands, your Willises. Yazikwe's been able to make much contact. Yards after contact, they've been taking the ball in, but just being either met at the gain line or pushed backwards. Not able to get on the front foot at all. Off set piece, they've struggled as well, just getting over that gain line and trying to create quick ball. Everything they've had has been slow ball, and that's either forced them to kick or eventually get turned over.
Yeah, I think that ultimately comes down to the options around the ball. You know, the Saracens have got a big history around having options around the ball, creating doubt in defence's mind. That gives you one-on-ones. And ultimately, you're right, you need that intensity in the carry that's not really been there. And it's been incredibly disappointing. They've obviously got 20 minutes left now to make a decision. I said it earlier on, they're still there. The decision's still there to be made.
Saracens going backwards in possession at the moment.
Use it!
Just seeing Ralph Adams-Hale on one knee. Really hope that there is not too much in that. It's looking very uncomfortable. Follow up. And the Chiefs have this ruck. And it's up with Vincent.
One's down the field there.
Bax has talked about Ross Vincent, said he is going to be a very special talent.
Use it!
Armstrong into the air. There's still some attention being had with Adams-Hale. I wonder whether the referee might need to pause the game at some point, and this is going to be the moment he has to do so.
There'll be extra scrum over there.
4 Premiership appearances last season, but we may well be seeing Tom West coming back into the fray. His 40th Premiership start. Well, he's going to have a few more minutes to add to that by the looks of things.
Okay, we'll use the water break.
Yeah, really feel bad for Ralph here. He's obviously worked incredibly hard over the end of last season, all summer, to get himself in a position to be playing, and unfortunately for Ralph, he's lasted 20 minutes, half an hour or so, but
you have some water over there.
It's not too bad.
Well, Adams-Hale makes way, but I think we can hear from Jenny Drummond, who's down pitchside. Jenny, all yours.
Thanks, Nick. Jack, what a day it's been for you guys already. How do you sum up what has just happened so far?
Do you know what? That's probably the back of a really good pre-season. I know that's an easy answer to give, but the energy that's been in this squad since day one, it's been right up there. And you know, I think last week we were definitely off the boil. We wanted to have a reaction from that, and I'd like to think we did with the first half performance.
And what's your approach for the second half? Is it be as aggressive as the first?
Absolutely. You don't just want to rest on your laurels. That's when teams can come back at you. You try and stay the same, you're just going to plateau, and the other team's going to get better. So, you know, we had a bit of a recharge, and hopefully we can keep the scoreboard ticking over.
Well, great shift. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jenny. Good to hear from Jack Yendall. Just doing the warm down. Captain of the Chiefs side today. He will allow himself a cold one later on. What a performance it's been from the home side, but that will be a penalty to Saracens.
Penalties like that is exactly what they need in the first half. You know, when the scrum wasn't too good, those scrums went to Exeter in the first half, and that's exactly what Exeter did to Saracens, put it deep into the corner.
It's a great kick from Manu there. He's stuck it right on the 5.
That's the kick the forwards like seeing, isn't it?
I'm more than happy with that.
What can they do from here? James Hatfield brought in from Jersey Reds after the sad demise of that club. Debut last week off the bench against Hartpury, and he's got his hands on it here. Can his colleagues get him a little closer to the line? Not this time, but they've penalty advantage. Lazowski waiting for it. He's not going to get it. Davis will go quickly, looking for the line. Chiefs closed the door the first time. McFarland, Vunipola, Ezekwe, and the finish in the corner from Sean Maitland, and Saracens have their second. He'll be pretty pleased to be getting some rugby minutes, Sean Maitland, in that Scotland Rugby World Cup squad, but didn't feature. 9 tries last season, 3 assists, beating 27 defenders. Not bad for a bloke who turned 35 in September, and he's getting Saracens' second try this afternoon.
Yeah, no, nice play ultimately. Added very quick thinking. Got it out there, and Nick Ezekwe, nice 2-on-1.
Ben Hammersley gets himself in a bit of an awkward situation there, but I mean, Sean Maitland was interviewed on the bench in the first half and must be thinking, what is going on here? He's managed to get himself a try for it, but it comes after a really solid scrum from Saracens. They win the penalty, they kick it down deep inside Exeter's half, 5 metres out, and then a little bit of quick thinking from Alec Davis, the quick tap, keep the ball alive.
Yeah, I think also as well, we spoke about that sort of deception, if you like, put the doubt in the defence's mind. I think you saw that in that last phase. Enough movement around the ball, and it looked so easy. 2-on-1 in the corner, but unfortunately not been easy all day.
You just need one person jamming in.
So he gets lost.
And as you can see it there, Skinner gets lost, doesn't come up, doesn't know who to take.
Maitland in for Saracens, second then. 10 points on the board for the defending champions. If you are just joining us, 8 tries on the board for Exeter Chiefs. They don't get 2 try bonus points, it's worth saying. 10 tries, I beg your pardon. Chiefs just looking to bring more of the replacements into the play. They come round the corner. Armstrong, Skinner, Hendrickson, Slade, looking for Wyatt.
Look forward that one.
Yeah, the assistant on this side was not interested in calling it. Tuima. Armstrong, Slade taking it up.
There's a good bit of snap to the defensive collisions there, though. So it's something that I haven't really seen from Saracens so far.
Oh, it's lovely from Good. And then Davis just wants to put it on the toe. But it'll beat everybody into touch.
Still alive. No longer.
Yeah, that phase of play, I can see the difference in some of them collisions. Obviously, Saracens will be disappointed with the majority of this game.
There's too much blood on
but
line again, he needs cleaning.
Again, that choice I spoke about, 12 minutes left, 43 points down. We've got to really show something here, some character really to show what it means to play.
Well, it's the man of the moment who will make way. The hat-trick hero of the afternoon, Josh Hodge,
A bit messy.
takes his leave. Credits the likes of Stuart Hogg and Jack Knoll for the learning that he's had in developing in an Exeter Chiefs shirt. Signed a new deal in February. Well, they will enjoy getting used to seeing this man running riot like he's done this afternoon at Sandy Park. What a shift.
Watching his tries there, but set a couple up as well with great footwork right from the off as well. Such a difficult player to put down. Saracens' kick chase in the first half was near nowhere and just allowed Josh Hodge to tear them apart. He's been fantastic today.
Once! Broken away.
Chiefs continue to toil down that far side. Will Haydenwood receives the ball. Slade just on the gentle drift on the outside. Sets up for Maitland.
Don't go forward, wait.
Haydenwood is back underneath this one. Gets a call on the right-hand side to fling it. Opts not to. Takes the tackle from Nazowski. Good competition at that ruck. Wyatt. Slade.
Tackle needs to floor. Needs to floor.
Does well in getting to ground.
Yeah, ball is out.
Tom Willis asked the question of the referee if he's allowed to compete, which he is.
Onside, onside.
Henry Slade's all at 6s and 7s in the top half. But it's Youssefa Scott. Aidan Davis, big South African former cheetah, also off the bench for the Chiefs. Then Armstrong, chip through the centre, not going to work that time. So Hartley is looking for some room over this side. Shrugs off the first tackle of Tuima. Talking to Kevin Sorrell during the week, suggesting that the likes of Hartley is showing the sort of size that perhaps hasn't really been seen since the Brad Barrett era. Could be a midfield fulcrum for what Saracens might look to do, but in the meantime, they've just kicked all the way. It's back.
Yeah, better set of defence again. I think, honestly, in honest truth, I think these guys out there now, they've got a few weeks now before the internationals come back. And in these periods, it's time you make the most of it. You've got to put your foot down and say, this is what I want to be playing. And today, unfortunately, there's just not been enough of that. I'm sure the coach will be disappointed as well, but they've got to start turning up for these next few weeks because this is their chance to play.
Line out one by Tuima. Slade is looking for the crossfield kick. Oh, and it was well taken. Chance to get on his bike for Rotimi Shegan, but it's been lost again. And Jackson Ray next to us in commentary slaps his hands on his thighs. We promised to invite you back another time for perhaps a brighter day, Jackson, but this is the Chiefs coming forwards again. They kick it into the backfield where the experience of Alex Good awaits, and he decides to start taking things forwards. Pop the ball away. It was lost, but it's gone backwards initially, but Shegan can't pick it up, and it will be picked up. Oh, now then, how much was Alex Good aware of what he's just put into Niall Armstrong? And how much is there for the referee to look at in terms of a try being scored?
Woody, we'll have a look at the grounding first, yeah?
Yeah, so we'll see the grounding first.
Earn time.
I'm pretty sure he got the grounding, so on for the decision is try. And then we will slow down, just make sure that the collision on the kick is okay. Yeah.
Well, the chase on from Ross Vincent, and is he the first one to get it grounded? Certainly looks that way.
So grounding's good.
Try's good.
Yeah, he managed to get the ball down, but lost the boot at the same time. To be fair, no, it was impressive. He's shown quite a lot as he come on. I've been impressed. I know he's been putting a lot of good performances the last few weeks, but
time's off.
It could be a bright player for Exeter this year.
I haven't got a problem with that, Steve.
I have no problem with that either. He's just the kick's gone and he's turned and he's run into him. It's one of them things.
If anything, it's just a penalty only. So therefore, we'll go with the on for the decision try.
So nothing with the officials in terms of any reprimand for Alex Good. And it is try number 10 for Exeter Chiefs.
Got some real yards and some really good tries through some of their attacking kicks, Exeter today. And they've stuck with it all game as well. This time it's from turnover ball. But the space is there. And all you want from the ball in situations like this is it just to hit the ground. Then you just rely on your chase. It's a brilliant chase. Never gives up.
Ross Vincent scoring a hat-trick against London Irish a fortnight ago. Skinner eyes up the conversion. Might have to buy Vincent a lollipop myself, though, because slightly distracted by the tackle. Didn't quite call his first Gallagher Premiership try of the season, but he is on the board. And it's try number 10 for the Chiefs.
It's golden ball, turnover ball. You've just got to know where the space is. It's all the way behind Saracens, and good kick, even better chase.
Communication there on the restart was strong to avoid Tuima taking that. Slade able to communicate and get in behind.
And use it.
Charlie Bracken is now onto the field for Saracens. Armstrong to the air. Good. Missed it the first time. McFarlane was there to help take control of it. And then Christie pirouetting through the challenges.
That was stripped by Black.
Oh, and that's a beautiful offload out the back. Bracken looks for the chip through, though. He's been given the slip by the replacement hooker, Max Norrie. And it's Jacques Vermeulen. 5th season with Exeter Chiefs, Vermeulen. There with Armstrong once more. Slade, there might be some width here and a bit of pace. And options for Skinner. Oh, he sells the dummy. Skinner is through. He's got support. Who's he going to look for? Is he going to try and go himself? It's the little ball back in field. And then it's up for Niall Armstrong to continue the route. Clock it up on the board. Try number 11.
An absolute buffet now for Exeter. So much space on the pitch. Saracens get again too tight in defence. Not sure what to do. Drift, blitz in. Skinner makes a really good decision here. He sees on the outside the space is taken, just rides the contact. And then it's two offloads. Niall Armstrong on a fabulous support line goes under the post. But that is classic Exeter. That's what we're used to seeing. Riding the tackle, offloading the ball, looking where space is. But Saracens' defence absolutely all over the shop again.
Well, we've got two former Saracens up with us here in the commentary position. Tom Shanklin, of course, who won his first 14 caps for Wales as a Saracen, and well, Jackson Ray, 15 years at the same club. But you just have to take your hat off to what Exeter Chiefs are doing in front of the fans here. And perhaps by this stage, Saracens almost having to look to next week and regrouping already.
No, absolutely. I mean, Exeter come out from the minute one and had put their intentions out there. And from that point onwards, they've pretty much dominated the whole game. There's snippets of something for Saracens today, but incredibly disappointing. I mean, you can't come down here and expect anything less than a tough game. And they'll be going back tonight, and they'll be incredibly bitter after this. It's going to be hard to come back, but next week's another week. They've got another chance to get better.
Saracens the chance to break with Andy Christie. They will get a third try on the board. The referee is just going to check this, though.
Midfield obstruction. So, still got a grounding on for the try. I just want to check the potential midfield obstruction.
Just listening into the referee.
White.
Understood. Roll it back to the pass.
So perhaps just to see how the break occurred, Tom.
White and a ruck.
I'm just going to look for whether any blocking's been going on. Can't see any there.
Is it a forward pass? I mean, you know, it's really not your day if he gives that one against you, I think.
Yeah.
So the setup looks all right. I think we're looking at the contact on by 16, are we?
I think we're looking at the contact by 8 white.
There's no blocking there at all.
I thought he was looking at the forward pass.
Yeah.
We just need to think whether he's already beaten for pace before he comes
that's
across.
Fine. Yeah, we've got an on-field try, so it has to be clearly preventing.
We're running through the angles now, yeah?
Yeah.
I think, consider he's beating for pace already.
Yeah. I don't think he's going to get there. No. Oh, so we'll just check this last angle.
Yeah, the trouble is Woody on that angle, he goes at him.
Yeah, he does. He chooses to.
He chooses to go at him.
There is a point where we remind everyone of the phrase clear and obvious, isn't there?
Yeah, the last angle shows.
We want the right decision.
It's the last angle.
That will be a decision that rules out the try.
Shame. Good strength as well from Christie to get through, ride the tackle and get over. But it was just,
10 metres
it was that last angle he saw, a tiny little block. It was just enough to put off the Exeter defence.
Yeah, I think it's one of them where you sometimes get them, sometimes you don't. Very 50-50 there.
You've had nothing today, to be fair.
I mean, if I could have had that would have been nice. But no, look, it happens.
Preventing the man making a problem with the tackle.
But no, full credit to Exeter. I mean, let's be honest, they've put on an absolute show today. Our first game of the season, packed out. I mean, I always used to love coming here and playing, good and bad. We had some good experiences here, some bad experiences here. Today, it's been a great day for this crowd, and fair play to them, they deserved it.
Line-out competition, still a real wrestle for the ball. And it's away from Bracken. Sarries.
Tackle!
Ball has to be released. Bracken's going to look back down the short side.
On the ball.
She's still working hard to shoot up Armstrong.
Tackle
the last
now,
try scorer.
Let it go.
2 minutes remain of the match. Bracken to Vunipola. Then for Christie. Vunipola again. Midfield push for Maitland. Oh, and he managed to get rid of the first tackle. Hammersley. But that is the turnover. That's super hunger from Tommy Wyatt at this stage of the game to still go about those turnovers.
Harvey, don't do it. Thank you. Enough. Just holding on penalty. Isolated.
So it's going to be Will Hayden-Wood to take this one up the touchline. And into touch it goes. Well, Tom Shanklin, a chance to find out who's impressed you this afternoon.
Well, that man in shot, Rusi Tuima, has been outstanding today, given a real massive platform, as has Tom Kearns at 9, just delivering Exeter around the field. But one player has stood up above the most, and that is Josh Hodge. 3 tries today, but heavily involved in everything that Exeter have done. He's been electric, he's been relentless, he's been clinical, and he's got pace to burn.
So Josh Hodge, Gallagher Premiership Player of the Match. Fully deserved. Offload off the floor will not initially come to a Chiefs hand, but they will wrestle possession back, because that's just the sort of afternoon it's been for the home side. Penalty goes the way of Saracens.
Clear left.
I really enjoy watching him play today. Probably not your typical rugby player in the fact that he's full of muscles, he's quite slight, he's wriggly, great pace, great agility. Rugby basically is still an evasion game, and he is one of the best at it.
Yeah, no, he's the kind of guy you'd run at you in a game and you'd be worried. If it was me, I'd be worried about where he was going because of the pace of him and how he changed his direction. No, he's been very, very good today.
Hadfield then, as the clock goes into the red. Down from McFarlane, Bracken for Vunipola, Christie. Zeke still working hard. They'll come back this way. Number of bodies on the floor.
Up on the wrong side, offside.
There's a penalty advantage. McFarlane given the ball. I think that was forward, so we will go back for the penalty advantage. Alex Good clapping his hands. He wants the ball urgently.
In the tackle zone, must lie flat.
Wonder what words have been said there. Tony Rowe and Rob Baxter.
Could have put 100 on him, probably. I mean, it wasn't far off. You think if Henry Slade could have kicked a lot of his penalties as well, the score would have been even higher. But just a total demolition job on Saracens today by Exeter.
Oh, but that one has gone in to the hands of the Chiefs, off Hadfield's throat.
Yes.
Chance for them to clear this to touch.
Don't play it. No, it's fine. He's the back man.
It is a scoreline with a bow attached to it as Saracens fall to a record defeat in the Gallagher Premiership. And Exeter Chiefs score 11 tries in an absolute demolition job. They say the forwards win you games and the backs decide by how much. Well, Josh Hodge will be the man who is toasted as the man of the hour with his hat-trick. 7 tries for the backs, 4 for the forwards. Exeter Chiefs have put a marker down with some of their fresh faces at Sandy Park with a full-time score of Exeter Chiefs 65, Saracens 10.